Hello, and welcome to the English Listen Lab. Today, we bring you a chilling and suspenseful story perfect for English learners at the A2 level. This is the story of Ethan, a popular YouTuber who creates reaction videos about scary phone calls. One night, while filming a new video, he receives a real call from an unknown number. At first, he thinks it's just a prank, but as the voice on the other end reveals unsettling details about his life, events that haven't even happened yet, Ethan realizes this is no ordinary call. Are you ready to join Ethan on his terrifying journey? Let's begin. The Mysterious Phone Call, a YouTuber's Nightmare. Chapter 1. The Midnight Call. Ethan sat in his dimly lit room, camera rolling, as he reacted to a series of spooky phone calls submitted by his subscribers. His channel, Ethan Reacts, was growing fast, and his audience loved the thrill of his videos. That night, as he finished reacting to a particularly eerie voicemail, his phone suddenly rang. The screen displayed an unknown number. Ethan hesitated, but decided to answer. "Hello?" There was silence. Then a distorted voice whispered, "I see you." Ethan laughed nervously. "Nice try. Who is this?" The voice chuckled. "You'll see soon enough." The call ended abruptly. Chills ran down Ethan's spine. Was this just a prank, or was something more sinister happening? Chapter 2. A Familiar Story. The next day, Ethan edited his video and decided to include the mysterious call as a joke. He asked his viewers if they had ever received weird phone calls and laughed it off. Later that evening, as he scrolled through his comments, one stood out. "That call you got. It reminds me of a case from last year. A YouTuber disappeared after getting a similar call." Ethan frowned. He searched for the case and found a news article about a small YouTube creator who had vanished under mysterious circumstances. Before disappearing, he had reported getting unsettling phone calls. Ethan shook his head. "Just a coincidence," he muttered. But deep inside, doubt started creeping in. Chapter 3. The Second Call. At exactly midnight, Ethan's phone rang again. The same unknown number. His hands felt clammy as he picked up the call. "Who are you?" he demanded. The voice on the other end chuckled. "You reacted to those calls. Now you're part of the story." Ethan's heart pounded. "What do you mean?" The voice sighed. "Tomorrow night, 11:45 p.m. Check your front door." The call ended. Ethan tried to shake off the fear. It had to be an elaborate joke, right? But something about the voice felt too real. Chapter 4. 11:45 p.m. The next night, Ethan sat in his living room, watching the clock. 11:40 p.m. His fingers tapped nervously against the table. 11:44 p.m. 11:45 p.m. Ding dong! Ethan jumped up. His breath caught in his throat. He hesitated before walking to the door, phone in hand, ready to record. He slowly opened it. Nothing, just the empty street, silent under the streetlights. He exhaled in relief. Then his phone buzzed with a message. "I told you to check the door." His stomach twisted. He turned around and saw a small envelope sitting on his doorstep. Chapter 5. The Envelope. Ethan picked up the envelope with shaking hands. He stepped inside and locked the door before opening it. Inside was a single photo, a picture of his house, taken from outside. The timestamp on the bottom? 11:45 p.m. That same night, Ethan's blood ran cold. Someone had been there, watching him, taking pictures. His phone rang again. He stared at the screen, his breath quick and shallow. The same unknown number. He let it ring, too afraid to answer. Then a message popped up. "You should have picked up." Ethan's hands trembled as he turned off his phone. He had to find out who was behind this, before it was too late. Chapter 6. A Cryptic Clue. Ethan sat frozen, staring at the message on his phone. "You should have picked up." His heart pounded. He felt like he was being watched. Taking a deep breath, he checked the photo again. There was something in the background, a dark figure standing under a streetlight. Determined to get answers, Ethan decided to post about the incident on his channel. Maybe his subscribers could help him figure out what was happening. Within minutes, comments poured in. One caught his attention. "That figure! I've seen it before in another missing YouTuber's video." Chapter 7. Patterns in the Dark. Ethan spent hours researching. He discovered that 2 other YouTubers who had disappeared also reported receiving strange phone calls before vanishing. Their last videos mentioned an unknown caller giving them clues. Was he next? A new call came in. This time, Ethan answered. "You need to listen," the voice whispered. "Stop searching, or you'll end up like them." Chills ran down his spine. Ethan knew he was in danger, but stopping wasn't an option. He had to find out the truth. Chapter 8. The Final Warning. Ethan's paranoia grew. Every shadow felt like a threat. He installed security cameras and kept his phone on record mode at all times. One night, he received an email from an anonymous sender. The subject line read, "Last Chance." Inside was a video attachment. He clicked play. The footage showed him, sleeping in his bed. The timestamp was from the previous night. Ethan's blood ran cold. Someone had been inside his house. Chapter 9. Face to Face. Ethan decided to set a trap. He kept his lights off, his cameras running, and waited. At exactly 3:00 a.m., his phone rang. He picked up. "I warned you," the voice said. Ethan turned his security monitor towards the front door. A dark figure stood there, motionless. "I know who you are," Ethan whispered. The call ended. The figure outside slowly turned and walked away. Chapter 10. Vanishing Point. The next morning, Ethan's YouTube channel was deleted. His phone stopped working. Every trace of him online had been erased. It was as if he had never existed. A week later, a new channel appeared under a different name. The first video was titled, "Don't Answer Unknown Calls." The voice in the video? Ethan's. Thank you for following Ethan's chilling journey. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more thrilling adventures, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Stay tuned for more spine-tingling content from the English Listen Lab. See you next time.